Hi everyone, welcome to the 9 to 5 podcast. I am with the lovely
Kanali.
and I'm Velma. So thank you so much for watching the previous episode. We talked about hating motherhood. We read a story about someone's experience and we went deep into how we felt about it.
Yes.
And we are going to do something similar, reading a story on motherhood, then weighing in on our experiences so that you can connect with us and you can also feel a little bit seen.
Yes, for sure.
So Kanali is our narrator. I am the audience and content, what do we call it? Commentator.
Yes.
Mi nitakuwa tu wa kucomment
Yeah.
sababu saa zingine hizi vitu ni lazima usikize. So Kanali, please start us off.
Okay. So from the title of the video, you can already tell what we're about to talk about. But the title is, Do Any Women Actually Enjoy Motherhood? Starting. All I hear on Reddit, Twitter, and Instagram is how women absolutely resent being mothers. Quote unquote, unpopular opinion subs will be like, I love my child. So in quotes again, I love my child, but I hate being a mother. End of quotes. Posts on Instagram will talk about how it changes women, otherwise healthy relations with their husbands, makes them lose their sense of identity, robs them of their careers. People on Twitter will share memes about how much more mental load women have to take on because of motherhood, how much they resent how their bodies have changed, how motherhood has stolen their life from them, or then there are those absolutely tacky boy mom or wine mom or mama bear subcultures which equally concern me. Sorry. I'm newly 30 and really wanting to start a family. I'm a career woman, married to a man who is an ardent feminist, shares equally in the physical and mental load, and also wants to be a parent as badly as I do. We know it will be challenging, but I'm not stupid enough to think it's some privileged information only my husband and I are privy to, or to think that I am the only woman with a feminist husband who wants to have children. I guess I just want to know, do any women here actually enjoy motherhood? Or is it just awful for everyone? Whether or not you were financially stable, did all the smart things, married the right people, etc. Honestly, Reddit and other social media is increasingly making me question whether motherhood is the right step for me or for anyone. Nobody ever says anything positive about it anymore. It's like a pity competition. Well, you're lucky you get 2 hours of sleep, in quotes, etc. What do you think?
Okay, I'm ready for the comments. Please, at least try and read 2 comments I hear.
Okay. So the first one is, we've created a world in which it's almost impossible to be a good mother. The system blames women for everything and provides little to no support, at least in most countries. That's the first comment. So amemwambia, don't make the mistake of thinking places like Reddit show a balanced view of anything. Generally, when things are going well, people don't write about it. They just get on with things. And now to answer your question, yes, I absolutely love motherhood. I had my son young and I was a poor single mother for years, working minimum wage jobs. I did my degree and when he was 6 and was able to then progress into a well-paying career. Our journey has not been an easy one from that point of view. However, from the minute my son was placed in my arms, he has been my absolute joy and remains so as he nears adulthood. He's 17 this year. Wow. This is like 2 years ago, by the way. He's by far the coolest person I know, and I still catch myself looking at him and marveling that he is mine. Motherhood is all-consuming. Sometimes it's so hard you don't know if you'll make it through, but to counter that, it's the best thing I've ever done, and I have no regrets at all. Best of luck in your journey.
Do you actually like it?
I do love motherhood. I have said this before. I will say it with my chest. I do enjoy motherhood. I think I share the same sentiments as this commenter, the one I've just read, looking at them and thinking, wow, like, actually, you are mine. I get to call you my son, my daughter, and also seeing like how they show love on me, regardless of whether I am
they don't
harsh to
care.
them. I
Yes,
am
unconditional
like,
love.
like the moment I walk into that house, everyone is running
Everything.
towards me. And that
You're
is
home.
like, literally,
You
I
are a
know,
home.
listen, when I'm going up the stairs, I just know
You can feel it.
I'm going to get greeted by amazing little
Do-do-do-do.
humans, and they're going to run to me. And I don't know, I want to hold on to these moments where najua nikifika home from a hard day of doing the 9 to 5, there's someone waiting for me, longing to see me. And I'm an amazing part of my motherhood
You are
journey.
someone's world.
And I want to
Entire
enjoy it
world.
while it still lasts, because I
Yeah.
know
They'll become individuals and then
they will
have their
be
own
individuals. I don't know. I feel like motherhood has such a bad rep online. Just like as the author said, the original poster said, there's nothing. It's almost like everyone wants to compete. And I know we've also fallen into this gap where we want to say, we want to show how motherhood is so hard, but also communicate the same. It's almost like you're preparing someone, but subconsciously you don't know that you're actually maybe limiting them to want motherhood. Like how we say, like, hey, kuza, ningumu, like, yes, for real, you're communicating and you're preparing them, but at the end of the day, you're also scaring them. I don't know what you think about it.
I'm exhausted because there's so many conflicting communications out there about motherhood. And I feel like the structure of society as it is at the moment is purely supported by motherhood.
It has.
I mean, how did you come to be?
I
Somebody
mean,
gave
and
birth to you.
yeah, you remember how we were
and
saying how you
nurtured
look
you.
at everyone and then you just think
Yes.
of them like this is someone's child.
I told you that.
Yes.
Actually, for me, like nowadays, like in one moment when even somebody is mean to me, I pause, I look at them and remember at some point you breastfed, somebody changed your diaper, and you are someone's word. Like somebody was so happy to see you, as evil as you are. There's somebody who felt like the world became complete immediately you came out.
True.
Okay. And it cuts across everybody. Like hakuna mtu alinyambwa ama alianguka from heaven or something. We all came through someone.
Yeah.
And that for me makes me humble, because I feel like that person must have loved you in one way or the other for them to nurture you, for you to be here. So at some point they enjoyed it. If they didn't enjoy it, probably they would have killed you. Right?
Yes.
So you're here because somebody actually loved you enough to give you a chance.
But I think I must commend our generation for questioning some of these things.
Yes, I actually think it's questioning more than an opinion.
Yes, it's questioning, because it might not serve me as me. Like when you're umejijua, you're just seeing it and you're just thinking, you know what, let me take a step back.
If you know you're not now this is where I am conflicted. You have an opinion. I have an opinion. But you don't have to impose your opinion
on me.
Or
the other way
around. Okay. So motherhood has been terrible for you and you hate it. And it's okay.
It's fine. It's your experience.
It's your experience and it's fine. And we will not take it away from you. We are allowing you to be in that experience and acknowledging that it was difficult for you.
Yeah.
But imposing it on people, and as you're saying, it has gotten a bad rep, is for me is even how everybody, like there's now actually in the corporate world there's an association of failing when you choose motherhood over corporate climbing.
That's true.
You'll go to spaces where somebody will look at a woman, and then look at a woman who's chosen motherhood and judge the woman who's chosen motherhood harshly compared to the woman who's made the choice of not being...
Or they're just not there yet.
They're not there yet.
Yes.
And let me tell you, there are both sides of the story. I have seen women who've done the whole circle, got up there, and then be like,
it's not all that.
It's not all that.
I still need...
Yes.
I think ni connecting like it's just in us as women. We eventually just want to procreate. We just want to, it's something in us.
Yeah.
Because
it's nature, maybe. And maybe nature. If it's not in you, it's okay. It's fine. Just you. It's fine. That bad rep is the part I'm so conflicted over. Like, I don't even know if I should have an opinion of it. Because now, when I look at my kids, I'm like, I want them to have the choice. I do want them to have the choice. You know, are you selfish enough to say, I want this for myself? Or selfless enough to say, I'm doing it for the society? You know, because at the end of the day, you know the funniest thing, we are dust. The way you're saying,
God.
you will leave this world. For me, it's thinking how the remnants of me are in someone else, which will be in someone else. And you remember I once told you, nowadays it's so interesting, like why I don't take certain things seriously. Someone's told me, nobody will remember you past the third generation.
And that's true.
And I was like, what? Third generation? Then they're like, Ebu, ask your mother, your grandmother's friends. And I was like, damn. I said, damn. Like at some point, my grandma probably had a click button.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I go home or to the village and I hear people talk, they're like, I can see like they say my grandmother's name. Like I can see certain versions of her in you. And I'm like, oh my God, really?
That's so nice.
I didn't meet her when
I have
she was
also had
young.
that before, yeah.
Yeah. And it means she continues. You are a collective. Yeah. So sometimes I see the characters of my mother in my kids and I'm like, yay.
Yeah, umeendeleza.
So how are we going to continue you?
Wow.
No, how are we going to continue you? If you're this special and you're this amazing, then how are we going to get a you for the next generation? I don't know. Maybe I'm selfish. It's maybe my way of imagining immortality. Immortality is in procreation. Immortality, what was in this generation passes to this generation. So in one way or the other, you are immortal. I once told you that I found my great grandfather's ID. Or is it my grandfather's ID? My grandfather's brother's ID randomly in my dad's possessions, and they are
you remember that?
Yeah,
part.
and they're both dead. You guys.
Yeah.
Then I was like, his face kind of looks like dad, and then dad looks like my bro, and a little bit of me, and I'm like, yay. You know, I didn't get to meet him, but because I was born, a certain version of him is here.
And it will be with you.
Yeah.
And you've passed it on to your
and
children.
Even now when I talk about my late dad to my kids, I try to tell them stories like I was telling the story of the military. And they can see the strictness. Like you make your bed. You make your bed. You wake up, you bloody make your bed, because we made beds, because if you didn't make your bed, you would be beaten. So we make beds because my dad made beds in the military. You make your bed. So like when they make the beds, they're like,
Yeah, I think the same way we are like extending grace to people who do not want to have children, I know it's so hard, like the online space is always just full of these people and it will never end probably, but you know how it's almost like they want to solidify their reasons as to why they don't want children.
We acknowledge them.
Yes, we do acknowledge it.
You know, that's the beauty of being mothers. You accept,
you're so accommodative.
You're accommodative. Because you're somebody's child. I mean, who's going to reject you because you've chosen not to have a child?
You will find your tribe. Yeah.
You will find your tribe.
Yeah.
What I'm finding difficult is that why are you seeking validation in your opinion?
Oh yeah.
You have it. It is okay. You don't need any validation from someone else. You hate motherhood?
Fine.
You don't want to be a mother? Fine.
Great.
It's great. Honey, somebody else wants to be.
And then let them just enjoy, because motherhood again is see at your bed of roses. Let them enjoy the good, the bad, the ugly.
So is there anybody out here who loves motherhood? Kanali does.
I do.
I honestly don't know how I feel about the word love. I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. Like I don't want to say it's love, because
I'm telling you, I was telling my partner the other day, like after hanging out with you guys, like by guys I mean Mama and her children, and I cannot wait to get to that part where
did you see the chaos?
I can hear them think, like I can.
But did you see
they
chaos?
voice their thoughts and all that.
Okay, so let's actually give background so that we're able to give this as a story. So Kanali dropped by because birthday. She turned 1. So I needed to cut cake, and that cake had been in the house for a while, and I just had not found an opportunity to cut the cake.
Yeah.
Then I was like, Kanali's around. And the kids were like, yes, we were supposed to go to Kanali's house on this particular date. And then I was like, we're cutting cake with Kanali. You saw the way everybody was like, so like, Dad, come,
it's time to cut the cake.
It's time to cut the cake. You're going to miss. Where's the candle? And I was just squaring the baby. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yep. As
I
in,
think
take the win.
I cannot wait to get to that phase
And
where
the singing.
seeing
and-
them
and
express themselves
themselves,
creatively or
yes,
even
yes.
I think it's just amazing
And
to
then they're individuals. They
see
don't,
that.
and they have their own opinion. And
Oh my god. True.
and they exist. And now for me, like I even like I think I'm now outside them. I'm completely like they're individuals
You're
in my heart.
complimenting them.
Yes, me. I just sometimes when I sit, I look at them, and I was telling actually my neighbor who I told you the story. The
Which
one, the mom is
Oh, yeah,
around
yeah,
in her
yeah,
90s, and now they get to give back.
To the
They have
mom.
to take care of their mom because their mom is now slower and she can't remember herself, dementia and stuff. And I see how they're giving back what they
Willingly.
received, and it's amazing.
It is amazing.
And she's not even aware of it. It's the same way a baby is not aware of the love they're getting. So I was telling one of the bros and their brothers and they're taking care of their mom. So I told the bro, the strangest thing is I can't identify my kids. They are mine, but I can't explain to you how they've become big. I can't take ownership of that process. Like I didn't when they're in my tummy, I grew them. Like hiyo kula
And you knew
folic
it
acid
was
na
you,
hii,
yeah.
Unaambiwa leo ako 5 kgs nini.
Like,
Now
yeah, we're
they're
doing good.
out at 5 kgs, 3.5, 2.5 kgs. Sasa sasa mtu akisimama kwa weighing scale, sema yako 14, 15, 16, uko 17 kgs, uko tu na umeona siku gani? Like you get what I mean?
Yes.
So I enjoy the fact that I get to witness somebody start from scratch. I love what they've made me think about myself. I love that they have made me interrogate who I am, audit my life. I love what they've done for me more than the process. I got out of the do I love the process, and I absolutely like the person I have become, not even as the role mother, as Velma, purely by getting to parent them and dealing with them as individuals with different personalities in my house. Therefore, I'm exposed to that. So I love experiencing them. Vis-a-vis saying I love the role of motherhood.
Okay.
Role motherhood is work.
It is a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, and I can get why you can hate the role.
And also it's expensive.
And it's expensive. It demands a lot from you. It demands a lot of sacrifice from you.
A lot of work.
You might end up not putting yourself first in most cases. And you might not love that. So what I'm hearing people vocalize a lot is they don't love the sacrifice they have to make. There's a difference.
That's it.
You just don't love.
Or you're not willing or ready.
Yes, so you don't love the sacrifice.
Because, I mean, let's be honest. A lot of things pause in your life.
Yes.
Your career might have to pause.
Yes.
Your social life will have to, like, you will have to make so many decisions, but you put them first.
Yes.
And it's
that is the
big
part
sacrifice
that you don't love.
You're no longer living just for yourself. You have to, before you leave that house, una make sure kila mtu akona anakula nini, lunch, snacks, dinner.
How many times have you
brush
made a menu?
teeth?
How many times have you made a menu?
Kwanza I need a new one.
Okay. Unapata
waru imechoka.
Githeri ni Sunday.
I think I've made my children hate butternut and matoke.
Kwangu watu hawezi penda mkate tena.
God.
Mkate with everything. You want a sandwich? You want a snack? Bread with avocado. Nikupatie Mommy, when you say, can I give you a snack? Everybody just goes like, bread. Again. Mom. So I believe people are actually giving the role a bad rep. And what they need to just be honest about is you're scared of the sacrifice you have to make. You're probably not sure that you would be willing to make that sacrifice. And story time. Okay. Let me say story time. You don't know how hard it is until, my God,
you're in it.
Watch out, I get into it. Kanali, let me tell you. Have you been admitted with a child in hospital?
No,
no, you haven't.
Not really. Yeah.
No. the day you go into a pediatric ward and see the sacrifice, you will be humbled. I had the misfortune of being in the pediatric ward for almost 3 weeks with my firstborn. And let me tell you, Kanali, your life stops.
It really does.
It stops. It got to a point, it's like prison. You're in the bed with the baby, you leave, you go outside, and there's a small playing area, you play kidogo, you come back, you sit.
And just warrior.
And you ask God to take whatever disease it is and put it in you. In you. You're okay with it. Like, you beg God for that disease.
I have seen a lot of moms say that.
Yeah? Those sacrifices are hard. Like, let me tell you, there was work. I had a spouse. I had another child at home. I had a home to run. And let me tell you, there are people I still left in that hospital. There are people who are in hospital at this particular point. And it humbles you. You become so desperate. You hang on to every single statement the doctor says about you. You hang on. Let me tell you. Stop saying you don't love the process. Like, there's some surface statements we make, and let me tell you, I've gone to the cancer ward in Kenyatta, pediatric cancer ward in Kenyatta. When you see a parent holding a child who they've been told there's no option, you have to watch your child die, you cannot even participate in that conversation.
You really can't.
You cannot participate in that conversation. That's what I'm saying. In all honesty, you just hate the sacrifice that comes with the role. You just hate the sacrifice. You're an employed person, for example. You have to wake up in the morning. There's a sacrifice. You could have been sleeping, but you hate the fact that you have to wake up early in the morning to catch a mat.
I hate it so much.
You know, to catch a mat so that you can get to work. You hate the process, right?
Matatus.
But do you not love the money at the end of the month? Do you not love it when the salary kicks in?
Payday is payday.
Payday is payday. So I feel like we just need to separate.
Yes.
Not the role, but the sacrifice that comes with the role. That's what you hate.
Yeah.
So what we should be talking to mothers about this would be the sacrifices that are there. And if you are not aware of the extent of the sacrifice, let me tell you, it's in the Bible. It's the story of when the King Solomon was asked to make a decision about the women who had brought a child who had...
everyone was saying Niwake.
Yeah, you saw the sacrifice. The woman who Solomon chose is truly the mother.
Yes.
Was like, no, do not cut the child.
Yes. Chukua.
Please. You know. So that sacrifice is what you hate. You don't hate
immense.
motherhood, you hate the sacrifices that come with the role. And that's just the fact. Yeah.
I think as we wrap up, my final thought to this will be, don't take everything you see on social media like as the truth. And don't let it stop you from
your decisions.
Yes. And also, I think the one thing I'm so big on is telling women to have kids. Make sure it's the decision you have made personally.
It's your decision. Yours.
Make sure it is you deciding, yes, you know what, I want to give motherhood a shot. I want. Not your partner saying, you know what, I want to have children with you. Or
you would make a lovely mommy.
Yes. Oh my God. Do not
okay,
dissuade.
like those pickup lines. You look like you'd be a
I want you
nice
to be the mother of my kids.
A book scale statement.
It's so beautiful.
Wait, no.
But
I want you. Like, how selfish. I want you. Connie, they are yours.
I want you.
Yeah.
So
to be
just
the mother of my
make
kids.
sure it's your decision.
Yes.
Like, you sit down and really analyze everything and decide and say, yes, I am giving motherhood a chance and I am going through with it. And when you do, give it your best. Give it your all.
Give it your all. My parting shot, I used to hear women say this a lot. Mtoto ni wanani?
Mama.
Ni wanani tena? Bas. You have it.
What?
And true. Okay.
It is true.
No, and true. But also, there are men out there who maybe lost their partners when...
and they had to step up.
They had to step up and took both roles. Big up to you guys.
Yes.
Big up for filling up
the gap.
Big up for modeling fantastic parenthood. And also, I think big
More
up
grace
for
to
them.
you. Yeah.
well
For
done,
sure.
and keep it up. So I think that's the parting shot. And thank you so much for being part of this conversation.
Yes, we would love to hear from you for sure.
Yeah.
So like this video, share, subscribe if you haven't. And to all our amazing subscribers, we really thank you for being here with us. And let us know in the comment section what you have to say about this particular topic. Let us know your story. We would love to hear from you. We would love to share your story as well here on the podcast, because that's what our community is all about. Today we are shooting again from at Voicebox Studios.
Voicebox Studios.
Yes, and you can find all the details in the description box. Be sure to click the link and, hit them up for all your inquiries on if you need studio space for any of your content. Yes, I think that's it from me. Do you have anything to say?
Me?
Yeah. Ni kwaheri.
Kwaheri. Thank you.
Yes.
Bye.
Until the next episode. Bye.